Test. Test. Okay. Oh, Spotify. Okay. Where's my live stream button at? Ah, here we go. I wish it was a more permanent link. I wonder if I could do that. Live stream is live and streamy. Beautiful. Okay, let's get... Ah, there you go. Get the chat window up just in case. Get my phone up so I can read those. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Okay. Oh god, no. Okay. Still kind of dark in here. That's better. A little bit more light on my face. Okay, what else do I need? Music. Oops. Wrong song. Okay, I feel like that's good. Post on X now. Okay. My Kick channel's good. Not that I expect anybody to find me on Kick, but meh. It helps me grow my channel. It helps me grow my channel. Let's see. Don't think I care so much about that. Did I already post? No, I did not. Post. Hello, Rescore. Nice for you to join. I don't believe you've stopped by on my live stream yet. At least not on this name anyway. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, as a heads up, ignore all of the mess behind me. Just moved. I'm not sure if you guys remember from the last stream. I said I was moving. I couldn't find the words for that. I have not set anything up yet, and this room is a mess. The good news is I have a dedicated office now. Huh, Ader. I don't think... Oh, right. You were on Twitch with me for a while. I forgot that I was on Twitch. I was getting it confused with Twitter for a hot minute. Okay. I'm using Restream right now, so hopefully it's going well. Audio and everything's looking good. Video's looking good. I think there's a bit more of a delay than I would like, but I don't think I can do anything about that. Oh god, YouTube's got a bad delay going on right now. Better than nothing. Okay. Oh, DC. Nice. Well, hopefully it was nice. If it's work-related, it's probably not an amazing experience. I mean, unless you have a really cool job. Generally speaking. Hello, crazy brother studio. I'm glad you managed to find my live stream. I believe you're new to it as well. Gotta be careful, one of these days we might actually have a large stream going on. Okay, let's see. But yeah, nice to see one of my old viewers back. It's crazy how long some of you have remembered me for. Very flattering, I should say. Now, what do I feel like doing with the build this week? It's been a while. A lot of stuff has happened. Still want to make like a little umbrella area. Still need to make a canopy for this area. And I still need to do something with this. The problem with that is the ceiling isn't very... There's not a lot of ceiling to work with. So let's see what we can do. Oh, you were within 50 subs of my first channel? That's crazy. Wow, that's absurd. Wow. So you've been through me with like everything. It's honestly kind of ridiculous how much I've been through, or how much my channel's been through. I don't think I want like a sloping roof. But first of all, I saw a cool idea, and I'm not sure if it's going to work hanging. Like I can't just put snow by itself. I don't even think I can put snow on there, but I think I can put snow on that. So, I guess the real question is, how am I going to get it on these posts? Maybe I can do that. As crazy as that seems. No, can't do that. What if it's flat? I did not mean to do that. No, it has to be up. So what if... No, I need this side. Okay, oops, God, no. Well, it didn't destroy the item frames, which is surprising. But yeah, my channel's been through so much. All of you've been through so much. So let's see, can I... Nope, immediately breaks. Huh. What can I do? Hey, Cell. It's always nice to see you around as well. How are we gonna do this? Well, I guess the first layer doesn't necessarily have to be snow. It could just be wool. Or, I guess, carpet. So maybe if we did this... I actually have a really good idea. Wait a minute. Can you keep carpet up without support, or does it break off? Can I even... Oh, that's snow. I need some kind of support, which is fine. I could always do something like this. Yeah, I like that. I actually have a really good idea for this, too. So we're gonna have a little border. I have no idea how good this is gonna look, but that's kind of how most of this has gone so far, right? I just kind of throw things at the wall and hope they stick. String would work, but I think this also works and looks a little bit more decorative. The problem with string is I guess you would still see it a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. You can't put snow up here. You know, I am curious. Can you put snow on top of string? Oops. You cannot. Alright, so either way, we're going to do the first layer as such. And now, the next thing I want to do is banner. I'm thinking it's basically just kind of... That looks pretty good. I wish it were literally any other color besides white. I guess I could use... Because effectively what I was going to do with the snow is I saw basically people making a really smooth transition, especially with ramps, by basically doing this. Oops, I have better snow on. And even if it was a bit more of a disparage, like, between them, that's still way better than anything else. I really like that. However, I hate the white color. I already feel like there's too much white, and the banners aren't necessarily ugly, but I feel like the white is ugly. I guess we can just make do. Make do-do. Let's see what kind of slabs we have. Anything else blue? I don't think anything that's gonna pass. This is why I feel like we need half slabs of everything. Even just half slabs of wool would be really nice. Let's see. It's the Sailors Guild, so let's go with blue instead. And we'll just make do with blue. I just realized, I don't think we can change the color templates on the banners. They do not match the actual colors. Because, like, that's light blue. That's light blue. Ugh. It's super dark. Alright, we'll just use blue and light blue. Light blue looks good anyway. So yeah, how has everyone been? It's been a while. God, I've had so much stuff going on recently. I think maybe you can fix that with custom colors, now that you mention that. The other thing I kind of want to fix is the fact that banners kind of wave. And I'm sure that might have some ill effects, but for the most part, I feel like it's going to look better than not. It's also, it wouldn't look so bad. Well, I guess they aren't synced, which does actually give it a more fabric-y flow. So, you know what, maybe I will leave that. Well, I'll be... So I guess basically, instead of immediately flat, it just shows kind of like a hard angle. Oops. That looks pretty good. I don't know if this is going to add anything. Huh. Is not perfect. At all. I wonder if I'll just say forget the carpet. I just put like a full line of this. And what if I do this? I think it looks really ugly with the doubles. Oh, God, I feel you. I'm in Arizona right now, and it is horrific. So that doesn't look good at all. I think the first version looked better. Yeah, because that actually takes away some of the depth that it did have. Yeah, I'm in Arizona right now, and it has been like 117 on like a good day. And the absolute problem with that is I'm working basically construction. I'm electrician, and oh boy, we're basically in a finished building. It's like a month away. They have AC, but they refuse to turn AC on any of the floors that people are still working on because they don't want the filters to get dirty. They keep saying it's because people keep opening the windows, but it's like, yeah, people are going to keep opening the windows. It's hot. You're not going to just suffer. Oh, the humidity makes it worse. Honestly, Arizona, you would think there's not a lot of humidity, but we get a lot of, I can't think of the right word. It's not tsunamis. Monsoons. We get a lot of monsoon season out here. It's pretty bad. That still doesn't look good. I don't know if there's anything I can do to bridge the gap. That's the problem with making roofs. At least cloth roofs. Oh, maybe. Oops. Oh god, our beds don't match either. I think light blue is going to be too light. And blue? Too dark. But that might still blend. First of all, no, I have to have... I don't think it has to keep the support, though. Yeah, okay. That might help immensely. So let's do... I guess just some more fences. Your health department warned you not to wear masks outside. That's ridiculous, because, again, I'm working in some hot weather, and I wear a freaking respirator at work because right now we're doing a lot of you have to like anchor stuff to the concrete, and the way you do that is you drill into it, and you do not want to breathe in silica dust. It sucks. Not only does it like hurt, but it's also very bad for your health. Oh no, it's just one off. First of all, though, let's get rid of this top layer. Let's see if this proof of concept will even work for us. Because we can always change the color of the bed to match the wool better. That blue is more of like a navy blue. I like that, but what am I doing? Water. I think we can make it a little bit better. Oh, but wearing a respirator during the middle of summer, oh, it sucks so bad. Especially in like hot, stuffy rooms, because like I've been working in electrical rooms recently, and it very hot. Okay, I actually kind of really like that. I don't like the border of the beds being like that. I don't think there's anything I could do about it. If we had a half slab, I could cover that. Oh, that would be perfect, honestly. Actually, I'm curious. How high is a half slab compared to a bed? I think it would go right up to the top. Yeah, okay. So beds are basically half slabs. Carport. Spent a lot of time swimming in the creek. That's the good stuff right there. In Arizona, Specifically Sedona, there's some beautiful rivers that you can go into. Of course, everyone's doing it around this time of year, so it's kind of meh. Okay, so I kind of want to redesign beds entirely. I really don't like... I don't know what to do. On one hand, I don't think I've ever used a bed as an actual bed design, and I usually cover it around half slabs. So I think if we redesign the bed where it's basically like all white to the bottom and then all blue to the bottom right there, I think that would actually look really good and give it a lot of decorative purposes while still also being usable as a bed. It will lose the leggies, but I don't think that's a big deal. So again, I don't really use these as beds anyway. Hey, Harvey. Dang, 2013, that's 10 years. Jeebus. Little Tiles mod? Yeah. See, I want to do this mostly vanilla. Now, I am interested in modding, but if I did mods, it would basically be mostly vanilla. Because, like, chisels and bits you could do a lot with, but I don't have the patience, time, or energy to do that. Yeah, DecoCraft. I think there's a few others I've had my eyes on, but same idea. So I like this. The only problem is my build's too big to accommodate this. So I guess the only thing I could really do is pull this entire corner in one, which I guess would work. Be a little cramped, but that's okay. Oops. Oops. There we go. No, that's too close. There we go. Okay, so I shouldn't have to destroy these item frames at all. Well, before I do this, I mean. Can item frames fit in the same spot as banners? I feel like it makes sense that it would. Oops. Oh no, it does have to go on the back side. Whoopsies. Huh. Now I'm also curious if you can still do this that way. Nope, that pops off. What if you're fast and open it up? Okay. Oops. That's really weird Minecraft physics. Okay. So get all these in now. Compass, map, spyglass, bucket. Oops. There we go. Now we just fill this in. Oops. Ah, double oops. Stop it. Ba-do, 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 ba-do. That also means we don't have to worry too much about this water coming in from this corner of the wall. Tale of Kingdoms mod. I don't believe so. And I'm doing well, Harvey. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well as well. It's honestly been a rough 2 weeks. I'll tell you guys more about it in a second. But yeah, work has been good, except I've had to deal with some assholes. Oh boy, I've had to deal with some assholes. Unfortunately, coworkers too. It's not even like some rando. It's people I have to see every day. I'm sure a lot of you can feel that. It's like, man, it would be great if just this one person wasn't here. In my case, it's two, but... Oh, let's see. Can't remember which way I did this, or if it matters. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Honestly, I kind of like it a little further away from the edge. I do remember Eads, and I know he joined the Discord server at one point, but I think he's just been too busy with life in general to really be a part of the community again, which is sad, because we all miss Eads. Well, at least all the old school people do. Eads is great, and Eads, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well. I miss you. Alright, now that should fix all of my gripes, most of my gripes. Okay, let's see. Oof. I'm gonna have to change the patterning on this now. I half expected it to be off again. I'd be like, how did I do that? Turns out I just miscounted or misplaced. Saiva! Oh my god, it's been forever. Oh my god, Saiva. I have so many memories of that server. I hope Saiva's also doing well. Oops. God, you guys are just bringing back all the old memories. I can't believe it's been so long. I kinda can, but I also can't. Okay, it's a little weird catty-cornered like that, but it's fine. Wait, no. There we go. There. 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 Okay, honestly, even from close up, you can't tell there's bed right there. You can only tell when you're flying. Color still needs to be fixed, but that's okay. I think I also need to change the banners. Ugh, again, I really don't want to use white banners. And we're not staggering it this time. Or maybe we should stagger it. Because I kind of want it to look like the fabric is draped and then flowing over. Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm still your favorite. And yeah, I can't blame you. Cannot remember what your Discord name is now. Rescore. I was gonna say Rev, and I was like, that's not right. You know, let's try flipping it and see if that looks any better. Oops. But we will do it with just half, so we're not. Yeah, I think staggering it does look better. Yeah, I will have to look on the Optifine thing, and I'm sure there's honestly better mods than Optifine at this point. The only problem is Optifine is nice and just kind of like a mod pack, essentially, at this point. So I remember when Optifine was really just super basic, just allowed you to have a 32 plus texture pack. I also feel like this music is just a little loud. Or at least maybe this particular song. There we go. Okay, that roof looks a lot better. Still not great, mind you. Still not great. But I do want to redesign those banners. What is that called? Loom. Excuse me. Let's go light blue. And yellow. Let's give you a full stack. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So that's what I did originally. And then I think I put some bases. Huh. I think just the top one, not necessarily both, looks good. No, that's not what I want. Maybe. We'll check that in a second. That kind of looks cool, but also... Huh. I had some design that I want to put in the middle, but I think it's like one of the special ones. Okay, so now I want the yellow one and banner. I don't think it was a flower charge. Hold on, let's get rid of this. Oh, because I don't have one yet. Okay, let's see. Handbach? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I do actually plan on doing a Let's Play series. Oh no, I got rid of the banner. The problem is time, energy. Right now, they have me working 10-hour days, so 50-hour weeks, and they want me to be working 12s, which is a little ridiculous. And I barely have like even on a good day with 8s, I come home drained. Let's do something like that. That's cool. What is that? That's really cool. It's not a creeper at all. It's like a dragon. Okay, skull and crossbones don't want. That would be cooler if that was more centered. Snow. That's what I liked. Okay. This actually looks more like, oh, we're very proud sailors, instead of just pirates pretending. Maybe a little bit higher? Oops. Yeah, the banner's high up. That way it's not on the same level as the curtain. I feel like that's too much. Each guild's gotta have its own insignia. Ooh, maybe I should make one for the alchemist and the botany ones too. Hey! How you doing? I'm glad you can come. No idea how to say your name. Kieran? Yeah, I remember myself overwhelmed. I don't know what happened with that guy. I know we had a bit of a falling out. I don't remember the details with it. But then he stopped playing Minecraft and he decided to just start playing that weird... How's it? Not like Mahjong game or something? And like nobody really cared about that game, so people just stopped watching him. This is, well, we've renamed it back to Gyaradoku, because it's not just me working on it anymore. We got the whole crew. We got, we had Barry. I mean, he's still part of the crew now, but he's not. He's also working on his own texture pack. But anyway, off topic. We got Barry, Barry Tyrannosaurus Rex, which now goes by, oh my god, Executive Hamster. We've got, Kara. She took over the pack, the Taidoku pack when I left, as well as Bloody Toast. Those two took over for me after I left. They're part of it now. And of course, Dangeresque, which is the faithful, Gyaradoku faithful. And we even got, we've even got Tom Bones, who goes by Ganon Online now, and all of us are on the server, and we all contribute to the pack when we can, because we're all busy and have lives. Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot. We've done a lot with the pack, and it's still not even done. But I did want to show you some cool stuff. I'm going to show this off literally anytime someone asks about the texture pack. I hope you guys are ready. I've been working on 3D models for the pack. So first of all, look at those tracks. Oh, they're not just like a flat piece of cardboard on the ground anymore. But if you think that's exciting, check out this. It's not just a silver cardboard box anymore. It actually looks like a minecart. It's so sick. I'm honestly tempted to make it bigger, but that might cause issues with the other blocks. Yeah. So for reference, this entire rail is like, I want to say around 27 blocks, effectively, polygons, and each one of these wheels is about 27. I could have probably made them a little bit more simplistic, but I really like how they turned out. And I don't think it's going to cause any lag unless you have just an obscene amount of minecarts. So I figure keep it. What's up, Mr. Nugget? Let's get another banner going. What are we going to use as our base background? I'm thinking brown. Brown is the base for sure. There we go. I also need some greens. So I'm thinking, oops. Definitely that. Just don't feel like that does much, you know? What can we do instead? I know you can get really complicated with this stuff. You know, let's just start with this and then see how we can take it. Maybe some like vines or something coming from the back. I don't know if that's gonna do much. I do. On my Discord, and I think on my YouTube details page, I did release almost all of my save files. Some of them you might have to do work for, because they're all, like, outdated. Yeah, let's try this. Good lord. I don't want to do that again. Could do that, but it seems really basic. I mean, honestly, just that actually looks pretty good as it is. Really basic, but not bad. It just needs like an insignia in the middle. So let's see what we can do. A dragon. No. Yeah, I like that. Oh, a globe. Maybe. Oh, flower? That's different. It's not an actual flower. There we go. Creeper, skull? Oh, I already tried skull. Thing? Oh. And then snout. Not feeling it. Okay, we have a few options. Let's throw this in there. Let's throw a light blue. A little thing like that. A little thing like that, maybe. Looks kind of cool, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does now. It has the pottery. How am I feeling about this? I need some kind of shape in the middle. Nope. What if we just get super abstract? That could be cool. It almost looks like a portal, which is weird, but I kind of dig it. I also feel like that would be great for the Alchemist Guild, too. This looks super exactly like you would expect a yard to look. Like that just looks more like a fence, which actually... What if we did... Oh my god, I have an idea. I'm not very good at this, but let's see if we can do this. So, another... Brown? Okay, so we're gonna have to do... Brown dye? Maybe let's just use a light blue banner to start with. We will throw... Actually, I don't think that will look great. It just looks like stripes. Actually, you know what? Let's try it. I have a few ideas. We're gonna experiment here. That does kind of look like a fence. And now what we're gonna do is make the entire upper half look like a sky? Huh. This isn't perfect by any means. Okay. And then... Oops, wrong side. Grass. And then some yellow. That works. If only that could be higher. I think having it framed also looks cool. Oh wait, what if I do... No. I would have to do that first. Which is an interesting idea. Something I would have to do again. Maybe. So if I just did that. That's too high. Is there a line that can make it smaller? I guess if I did this... No. It's my first time really messing with banners. If that wasn't obvious. Could remove like that much, potentially. I could also just do that. It seems really basic, but I don't hate it. Dun, dun. All right, we'll just do that for now. It seems a little complex. What do you guys say? The test world, yes. Yeah, way back when. I don't think it really had a creative mode back then either. Hey, welcome Larry, I'm glad you could stop by. And yeah, you have a good day. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Ugh. I think it's the yellow. I mean, we could always fix that with some more blue, right? What? Did I already make too many edits? Like, what's going on here? I guess it has a limit. Okay. I kind of like where we're going with this, but also don't. Let's try making a brand new one. Let's see what we can do. Let's do the fade down. Now let's do hard blue down. That looks better. Let's do some brown. Oh, I would have to do the brown first. Shoot. Would I have to do the brown first? This whole thing's got me tripping. I do like where we're going with this, though. What if we just... Oof. Huh. All right. That's going to be a little complex. Maybe something for another time. Don't want brown. Lime green, perhaps? Blue? Yellow? Huh. I kind of dig that. Blue also looks good, a little bit softer on the eyes. But this actually feels like a guild insignia. That does look cool though. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I would be interested in joining Hermitcraft, but from what I understand, it's not like an application type deal. You have to be invited by the other hermits, and considering that I'm still a very small YouTuber, even if I had my old channel back, well, I do have my old channel, but it's not active. I don't think I would get invited. I know Doc, but we kind of stopped talking after a while. Kind of want to make one for the Alchemist Guild too, but I feel like we've messed around a lot. Although, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of really want to make one for the Forge as well. And, you know, the more I look at this too, the more excited I am for it. I'm really enjoying this build. By the way, Larry, if you haven't seen my new content, please go check it out. Helps me out, and it's also, I'm just proud of it. I decided to revamp my old Let's Play world. I basically remodeled it using all new blocks and styles. It came out really good in my opinion. Okay, kind of want something with the lava here. And we're going around just making small tweaks. At least till we get the ball rolling. Shoot, how did I want to do this? That's acceptable. If I came out of the corner. Nah, not that great. I think just like a little dip right there is fine. Oh god, you've definitely not been around for a very long time. I had a falling out with Generic B. I know he's stopped. I honestly don't know what he's doing anymore. It's been a while. I don't like to say anything bad about people, but from my perspective, it just felt like a very one-sided relationship. Like, he would basically just do a bunch of videos with YouTubers with any kind of amount of following, and then just kind of dip out. Never meant to be long-term, I feel. But, I don't know. Maybe I just misread that. I'm willing to put that in that I just misread the situation or something else. I don't know. It's all about perspective. People tend to not clarify their intentions very much, so like I said, I could have easily misread. Okay, this is looking good. I still want to do something over there, and I think I want some kind of actual pathway. You know, I would actually really like to maybe have the entrance behind here and go down into this. But I'm not super sure. Oops. What do I want to do here? Hey, Ratchet. I'm glad I've left a good impression. It's nice to have you back. I actually, the whole reason I came back was just because I've missed you as well. All of you. One of my biggest dreams ever since I was younger, and even today as a grown adult, I have always wanted to make a positive influence on the world. And I had no idea exactly what I had when I had it, because I was struggling really hard with life in general, depression, and things just weren't going very well for me for a long time. And I didn't realize that I was able to do so much, that I was doing so much, even if it was just as simple as putting a smile on some of your faces after a long day. And to me, that's amazing. Like, I try so hard just to make one person smile, to make one person's day a little bit better, and I was able to do it just so effortlessly by just doing what I love and talking to you guys. And the whole reason I came back isn't because I've missed YouTube or to make money, because right now I'm not making money from any of my content. Long story behind that, but it's because I honestly missed all of you and making you smile. Getting a little sappy. Yeah, I love the new updates. God, it honestly just kind of feels like a blur of all the things they added. I think the biggest thing, the thing I love the absolute most that they've done, is waterlogged blocks. Like, look at this. I've made this cute little pond here. I made this. Like, look at the tiny little stream. That looks so good. And that's because you're able to waterlog stairs now. It just looks so good. I love it. That's my absolute favorite thing. 10 out of 10. I really wish they would do that with lava. I could make so many cool things if they did that with lava. You have no idea. Thanks, guys. You're putting a big smile on my face today. You should definitely check out my new stuff if you liked my old base. Like I told them, you know what? Let me show you real quick. For those of you that haven't seen, so I haven't showed this off in a while. Yeah, lava logging would be sick, especially because you can make so many intricate floor patterns and just be able to walk over them, by the way. Okay, so first thing I want to show off, we'll get to that later. If you guys remember this area of my base, it used to have like a little peninsula coming out, and I destroyed it so I could make this into a bigger, like a lake. And I never got around to doing that. And I finally got around to doing that, especially because they did... What? What are you? I think there's an issue somewhere. The trapdoors aren't supposed to look like that. What? I'm sorry, I got a little distracted, but what? Okay, that's something to look at later. Hi, welcome Roblox. So yeah, I redid the entire. I even made an ecosystem down here, like sunken logs, little boulders, crab pots, part of a wrecked ship. You name it. And of course, I even added some Easter eggs. Here's one. Great job. Didn't think you'd find this one. Added the little boat right here. So cute. And then the thing I love the most is the area I did around it. The little bamboo with sea cucumbers as like reeds or cattails. And another thing I saw that somebody did that I loved was that they used path blocks to kind of make it look like worn away shore, because it kind of looks sandy, right? Like if you look out, it looks beautiful. I also put a lot more trees and plant life around here. I'm so proud of this. You have no idea. This is probably like my favorite thing I've done to my old base. Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely considered data packs and decorative packs, but I kind of want to do things in vanilla first and then maybe go back through and see what I can do afterwards. So this is the other thing I did that I'm incredibly proud of. So if you guys remember, I had like a little pathway going up the tunnel that came out right there. I hated that. I've always hated that. So I finally decided, you know what? Because I was going to add like a little gazebo right here. And I decided staircase would look beautiful. But not just like a straight up staircase that would look lame. So I found this design on like Planet Minecraft or whatever. But it was just like a simple like wrap around and that was it. And that was kind of boring, so what I decided to do is instead of like tearing down like a normal staircase where it like goes down to a platform, you go straight and then down, I decided to wrap it around entirely. So the other staircase comes down under the top and through here. And then I added all these details like this stuff, the lanterns. I also added the little water coming down here and essentially pouring out, like essentially almost like an aqueduct. It pours out to the side into this little pond, which, oh, I love this little pond. I'm so happy with how it came out. You even have like a little drainage gate right there. It's really simple. And because these bricks are exactly one wide, by putting a stair there, it looks like you're missing exactly one brick. I didn't want to do it too much. I wanted to make it look well worn, but not dilapidated, you know? The graveyard. No. I destroyed it because I planned on doing that next, and then nothing ever came to me. But the grave area is still here. It's just in disrepair. And then, of course, the other thing I did was I redid the courtyard, which I love. I love this so much. You've got no idea how much I love it. I put more pots with plants. I think I redid the well in general, made it a little bit bigger. I think it's a perfect size. I added this little waterfall feature with a pond, and again, I love these waterlogged blocks because this looks so good. And I'm able to make this cool winding water path with a nice like edge to it because of waterlogged blocks. This looks so good. Also, trapdoors make really cool chairs now. And then lanterns, I put a big tree right here and hung lanterns from all the big trees. And then made like little lampposts that go throughout. And of course lots of sea life under here. I even put some drip leaf, so it kind of looks like new lily pads growing up through the water, because if you've seen water or lily pads growing up, they kind of look like that before they hit the surface. I added a nice little water feature here, and then of course just redid the entire path coming up. I think it looks really good. Secret lab, I have not touched that yet. Again, slowly kind of working through all of this. Oh my god. What is going on with my trapdoors? What is going on with my trapdoors? I swear this wasn't like that a minute ago. What? Is it just... Oh, what? Okay, so those are good. This was not doing that a second ago. What? Okay. So yeah, I redid my living room a little bit. I don't really remember what I did much. I redid the walling. I added shelves right here for plants. I did the upper tier finally, and that looks really good. It would look better if it didn't look like glass. Yeah, you should definitely look at all my new videos. You can actually see what this looks like without the trapdoors looking weird. What? I don't understand what's going on. It's gotta be a resource pack glitch that What? Even the stairs? I have no idea what's going on. Let me try reloading my texture pack. See if something hinky's going on. There's no reason it should be doing this. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what the heck was going on, but everything's fixed now. Oh, nope, I am wrong. Why? Why are you doing this to me? It's got to be an Optifine thing. Because now all the fences are weird. Well, we'll get to that later. So yeah, I redid bits and pieces. I redid the kitchen, which I think looks way better. I also got rid of that pantry, and now the way you activate the secret entrance is you take a piece of redstone, you put it right up here, and that drops a little the bottom part of the fridge. Which, by the way, the oh, you can't open that. Might have to fix that. Or make it a barrel, perhaps? Yeah. So basically, the fridge actually has storage now, and it still dispenses ice. Click. Anyway, so at first glance, you're just like, okay, that redstone torch dropped a piston down. Big whoop. But secretly clever disguised button. Bang. Which activates the lava thing, which I think I got rid of the lava because it was being a little glitchy for some reason. So yeah, ideally you would take that redstone torch off as soon as you open it up. Oh god, why is it being glitchy? All right, I'll have to check later. Out here, that's still so weird. I didn't do anything with the pet area, but I did redo the entire courtyard. Have a nice little winding river going through here now with these little bridges instead of that weird picnic area. It's just a nice little nature walk. I planned on doing something with this over here, like making this into a waterfall and this into like a little lake where you could fish at, but never got around to finishing that. Maybe in a future video. Yeah, all the new methods. Let's see. I redid the entryway a little bit here. Up here, I added these walls. I'm still not super convinced I like them. I'm redoing the alchemy lab and the blacksmith area. No, that was the enchanting area. So I'm struggling up here too. I moved the bed. I kind of want to redesign the wall still, but I redid the bedroom area. I pretty much just flipped it and added a carpet. The bathroom, I don't think I touched really, except I'm not sure if I want to keep this or not. I got rid of the walk-in closet so you could actually have stairs coming up and you're not just climbing up a ladder, but I don't super like that. Alternatively, I also got rid of the toilet area and made it part of the library. Here, let's try to fix these fences now. They should, actually. Hey, Notch. Oh, that didn't fix the fences. Something tells me you're not the real Notch, but you know what? I'm gonna hope you are. Okay, so that's what? Why is everything looking like glass all of a sudden? Okay, so that is... I don't remember which one is which. Okay, good, that was the cold water. Okay, hot water. Hot water? Oh, no, that wasn't the cold water. That was not. Well, now... what? Oops. Broke vital equipment. Okay. So now what we can do is button. Since we're here. Red and blue. There we go. Okay, so blue, water, And then lava. Yep, hot water. Provided I pressed the right button the first time, this would be a lot impressive. A lot more impressive. So yeah, shower still works. It's a very simple design. I would be surprised if it didn't work. I don't think I changed the bathroom otherwise at all. I don't think I've touched it. Here, let's go through the front of the library. And again, this would look way more impressive if the glass textures weren't glitching to hell. So I was like, I'm going to add a tunnel or something going up here. I never did, so I just kind of made this an end cap. Nice and cute. Almost looks like a ritual involving a flower. I kind of want to move... I kind of wanted to move these guards in front of the lapis, but I also kind of want to show it off. Either way, I think that's a cool spot for armor stands. So I redid the library. I made it into a solid floor instead of the half slab hourglass thing. And I added these staircase bookshelves, like the tiered. Oh, love that design so much. And I also tiered lighting fixtures up top, which, oh, I'm in love with. I kept like the basic computer area, kind of made it more into a study. In retrospect, I think I'm probably going to get rid of the computer and maybe put some bookshelves or something here. I also added an aquarium. I really like this. Yeah, you know what? I think it's a glitch. Nope, it's by itself. I feel like it's a glitch to do with glass panes using the connected textures. Anyway, so I plan on having a bunch of fish in here because it's kind of like a little mini museum. Like, you know, you put all your cool artifacts, including your fish. And I planned on doing this cool redstone thing. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do, but I wanted an armor stand to be like bobbing up and down by essentially using a actually, you know, now that I think about it, I think I could actually make that pretty easily. But yeah, what I was doing is having a bubble column shoot up an armor piece and then let it float down, kind of like these little aquarium pieces. Now I kind of want to test that out. We'll do that in a second. Over here, I added a lot more decorations, some more lecterns. I originally carved this out because I kind of want a cartography area. It's a weird top. I do want a cartography area around here somewhere. And then of course I made a new enchanting area. It's still not super fancy, but I like it a lot better. Chiseled bookshelf? I think those are really cool. I will show you... I think I'm done showing off all of this at this point. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I've really changed over here. So I think I'm done showing this off. But yeah, go check out the... oh! One more thing, and then I will show you what I've done with the chiseled bookshelf. The den. I redid the den. It has a nice bar top here. Instead of a pool table, it has darts, jukebox, and then kind of like a little poker area. Or even just like a game area. Like you put your drinks here and then play like Monopoly there. Yeah, whatever. I also made the window a diamond shape. And then kind of filled in the rest. I think it looks really nice. I like this way better than the other one. Alright, let me show you what I did with the chiseled bookshelves. Hello again, Notch. Alright, you have to tell me if you're the real Notch, okay? Not that I think he actually cares about Minecraft. Well, I didn't say cares about Minecraft. Cares about random streamers anymore. Oh my god. This whole thing. I sincerely don't know what happened or what caused this glass to start scratch. M Notch. Hey Notch. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Yeah, it's a gaming den. So I have to come down here real quick to grab a password. Okay, so let's pretend that's right there. Okay, so bookshelves, and I need to redesign this one to blend in with the other ones. But it's a full bookshelf, and if you just put regular books in there, or even caps, or even written books, it doesn't matter. See, it's in there. In fact, you can even take this one step further and fill it in entirely so nobody can put anything in. So then you take out a book, you take your password. I think the inside of the book is what matters, not the title. So then you put the password in there, it eats it, and then opens up a secret pathway. And then once you're down here, well, first of all, this button can close it. And then, I don't think I added an actual button down here because you could just click that. But then, of course, you can just force this to open again by just adding stuff to it. See, all you have to do is do that. I kind of want to add like an actual button though. But what the button does is it basically, there's a redstone signal right here preventing this hopper from going down. So when you click the button, it lets all the passwords in here drop into a chest below. That's how it is. It's basically the first part of an item sorter. Just kind of drops down. Oops. There we go. So you could do this with any container, but the bookshelf is what works perfectly because it actually is password specific. It's not just an item. It has to be a book with the password in it. And then, yeah, it does this. I haven't done anything down here yet, but I kind of want to make it like a little witchy area. Oops. You don't even know it's there. And of course, the button doesn't open it. It just closes it. So yeah, that's what I think of the chiseled bookshelves. I think they're pretty awesome. I also love all of the new copper blocks, specifically the lightning rods. They're so cool. Anything that adds a new shape to the game, I'm here for. Heck, I would even just be okay with multiple shapes of the same thing. Like, give me an iron rod. Give me slabs of everything else. Geez, I have no idea. Is it an Optifine setting? Did I do something wrong? It's weird because, like, reloading it fixed it and broke other things. Okay, all the fences are fixed now. The glowstone's fixed now. I sincerely have no idea what's going on. It's got to be an Optifine glitch. Oops. No, that's not it. Okay, I don't see any more obvious glitching items, so that's good. All right. So I actually, here, let me show you over here. This one's better. Yeah, let me give you, there's a lot of new people joining, so let me give you a quick tour. So, found a new seed, decided to look for something cool, found this village, but more importantly, I found this cool, massive ravine down here. So I built a crane that lowers down like an elevator. And down here was actually a villager house, one of the big ones. But I was like, no, we're not going to keep that. Although it would be good for like temporary. But real quick, the cool thing is this rope that I made. It's actually just scaffolding, but I remodeled it. So the elevators are actually working, kind of, because you can climb them. I thought that was really cool. Plus, nobody really builds with scaffolding, not like decoratively. They don't use scaffolding decoratively. So I figured it was a safe thing to get rid of. Yes, I feel like copper could do so much more. Copper armor, copper pressure plates, so many cool things. So many cool things you could do with copper. But anyway, so elevator comes down. You have this nice little courtyard area. I figure it would be okay for grass to grow here because you actually have natural sunlight. Got some sunflowers and everything. You've got a job board posting. It just tells you all the people looking for stuff. Then this is the Adventurers Guild Hall where you just kind of come in. It's like a tavern. You have multiple little beer taps. Jukebox here, which I'm still up in the air about the design. And you got the little kitchen behind here. Nothing special, but you know. I was thinking about maybe adding storeroom or something behind there. But for now, we'll just get rid of it. There we go. I'm actually really happy with how these walls came out. I think they're beautiful. The depth, the texture, and the color. Beautiful. And then, of course, I made some tables, which I'm very happy with. Added a lot of greenery. Everybody wanted another fireplace, so I threw in my typical lava fireplace, but I made it a copper golem, which is the guardian of the tavern, said to come alive and stop any invaders. And of course, a little bit of decorations here and there. The upper level isn't fully complete. It's going to be kind of like some more tables, and then leads in like some kind of room area or something. Or yeah, maybe we don't have to add rooms. Maybe it's just more tables. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Oh. I did want to try hanging some chandeliers. I also want to finish the roof. I'm not sure what I want to do with the roof. We really need log stairs so bad. You really could make it work with the crate mod. Let's see. Little waterfall, little bridge. Over here's a little bridge that crosses over to the area that goes to the Botany and Alchemist Guild. Because the entire point is it's kind of almost like a Hogwarts guild for adventurers. But it's not necessarily controlled by one institute. It's multiple guilds that have just banded together and are working collaboratively. So you have like the main adventuring guild, which where's the button? Kind of like the Hospitality Guild. Helps adventurers rest up, give jobs and bounties. I think I might actually make that a specific faction as well. And then, of course, the Botany Guild working with the Alchemy Guild. Got all these little things just walking by. I haven't really finished anything in here yet. It's like a little tunnel for viewing. I also really like this crane holding the giant potion bottle. I think that's really cool. It actually looks like it dips down into the water or the waterfall to fill up. I have not worked on the Alchemy Guild yet, but it's going to be here. I need to come up with some interesting decorum before I go too hard over there. It's not a dwarven city, but I actually do plan on making one. Let me show you this real quick, and then I'll show you that. So I also really like these chains holding this platform. I think that's really cool, especially using the hoppers. So this is just like a little platform, and this is the area, the track you would use to actually get to down there. And it's just like this little path that leads around the walls of the little thing. You drop down here past the lava and past the waterfall. You can just pop out. Oops, I accidentally sent that back. I actually terraformed a lot of this. I don't think any of this was here when I first started. Then of course I just showed the inside of the Alchemist or the Botany Guild. And then these crystals. What I actually plan on doing, I've written a lot of lore on stream for these things. So for instance, I actually plan on writing like little lore books in front of all the cool things. So this is a light crystal, kind of inspired from like things you would see in Final Fantasy, but instead of emitting light naturally, what it does is it takes in light, amplifies it, and essentially puts it through like a daylight filter, effectively, like how you can essentially turn a regular bulb into a daylight bulb, kind of like a grow light. So it essentially has properties that takes regular light and turns it into sunlight. Maybe I should just call it a sunstone. I think that's a thing already. A daystone? Anyway, so essentially there's big chunks of crystals found deep within the world. And they're too delicate to mine out, so the way you get them is you mine out the area around them, kind of like a tree. Like you don't just rip the tree out of the ground, you kind of like dig it up from around. And that's what this chunk is. It's still literally embedded in the stone they found it in. And they chisel it away a little bit, but they kind of leave it, for the most part, around it because they don't want to destroy the crystal. And that's what allows grass to grow here. They have a bunch of lanterns hanging around that essentially saturates the crystal with as much light as possible, and it converts it into sunlight and gives you this little bit of greenery. Yeah, photovoltaic amplifier. Wow, that was a mouthful. And then, of course, over here you have the Fisherman's Guild. Well, fishing, sailing. You have a little dock. Right here, this is all just empty. I filled it up with water, added some greenery, added a dock and a lot of fish. I even added a little waterfall and picnic area over there. And then the Fisherman's Guild sells like basic supplies. This is like where you keep live fish. It'd be really cool if you could put them in cauldrons. You can buy bait, rods, tools you would need, and then this is like the shop where you could buy anything else. The more niche things. It actually feels like a real storeroom, I think, in my opinion. And then when you go into the back to actually get in here, there's a little bit further back, there's a cave. And guess what? It's not just a sailors or fishing guild, it is a smugglers guild. It's a pirate guild. So why you have all the Jolly Rogers. Danger, keep out sign. But what it's really keeping you out from is all of the treasure on the ground. I have no idea how these all got depressed, but it looked like all of this was just sitting on the floor. And then a little bit of flood over here, some armor, some luxurious rugs, a bunch of just random things that are valuable, but not too valuable. All of the valuable stuff is over here, and you can kind of see like gold armor over there, chunks of ore and gems, a chest. You're like, how am I supposed to get over there? It's all gated off and everything. See, the trick is secret entrance in the water. You just swim through, plop, you're over here. I think that's really cool. Photovoltaic inverter. Damn, that's a big vocabulary you have there. I love it. Okay, so I showed off the Fisher's Guild. This is the Miners Guild. It's going to be further in there, but this is like the entrance where it comes out. And then kind of ends in this little storage depot area. God, look at this. Can I just say this looks pretty sick? Especially with the minecart. The minecart model really makes it. And then you just have like little piles of ore and crates of who knows what, lanterns and such. Of course, it ends on an anvil, which kind of looks like one of those train stoppers, track stoppers, whatever you call them. I'm also really happy with this little platform. This is basically a little bridge, and this crane is supposed to lower down not only people, but also materials, and that's what you have down here. It's a big shipment of materials. You have this little storehouse right here, full of everything, with a little garage door that opens and closes. And this is like the guard watch post in case any monsters come around, but also like adventurers can come and rest here before they go deeper in the mines or before they come back up if you have someone injured. I think that's all the upper parts. So this is the Dwarven / Blacksmithing Guild. Because I know Ratchet mentioned a Dwarven City. Thank you, Ratchet. I appreciate that. I feel like the game has definitely given me more to work with as well. So this is the Dwarven... It's almost like an embassy, right? Because they need materials from the surface, and the surface dwellers want to learn from them as well as get the rare materials that are deeper underground. And lore-wise, anybody can dig through Deep Slate, but... Is it still called Deep Slate? Yeah, because it was like Grimrock earlier. But anyway. Anybody can dig through this stuff, but dwarves not only have special tools, but also techniques that allow them to dig through it like normal stone. So it's so easy for them. So they really get their help instead. They also know how to smith very well. And I was thinking originally of making like the lava duct. It's like an aqueduct, but for lava. What did I call it before? Magma duct. Magmafer. We'll come up with a better word. So the idea behind this is dwarves are fancy as heck. But instead of making this all out of deep slate, because it's a very common material, they're very prideful. They want to build things that look good and last. So they know how to work marble in a way that can even withstand the temperatures of lava itself. So they built this highly decorative, this is literally a display for them. It's almost like a world wonder. But for them, it's just like no big deal. But they definitely want to show off. They're flexing. They're totally flexing. And originally, none of this was here. It just had a single little stream coming down, and this was empty entirely. So everything you see here, I've done. All of this is me. Now, what I considered is also making like a dwarven face where the lava's drooling out of it. But I feel like that might be a little too extra, and I don't feel like there's enough space to really make that look cool. So you just have lava pouring down. Pours into these big ducts, which diverts it. There's a lot of lava coming down, so you have a little bit of excess overflow. And then it comes over here for the forge area. Which also has a portal. I haven't quite decided the lore behind the portal yet. But it's a decorative little monument where the lava comes and they take it and forge it on this super extra anvil. And then, of course, over here, it drips down and pours it through this little grated area. And essentially what they do is they can scoop it directly into their cauldrons and work it here. But then you take, like, what is it? Tools? Let's take netherite. That'll look cool. So you need to superheat tools in order to work them, and especially netherite, because that's hard material. So basically, what you would do is you would either set it on these grates or dunk it directly into the lava if you had to, and essentially over time the heat would just cook it until it was nice and malleable. You'd grab it with some tongs, throw it on the anvil, and hammer it out to what you need it to be. Now this area is still a bit of work in progress. I kind of like what's going on with these stone arcs. I wanted to add, what are they called? A crucible? Is that the right word? Basically a big oven for ores, specifically ores, because like over here, this is good for like, if you have the raw material already, you take a bar of gold or whatever, throw it here, heat it up, and then shape it. But it's not really good for like melting down raw ore into something usable. So I was thinking about making some, foundry, yeah, some kind of foundry over here. I think that's a good word. And then of course lava overflows and then into the lake. So the cool thing about this, the thing I really like about this, I might actually get rid of this nether portal, but I was thinking about putting a little entrance right here into the stone. And back here you can see that this is literally like a metal gate that controls... It basically dams off all the lava. So you get like this nice size of lava pool. And then over here you have just like this natural little overflow, so it doesn't rise up too much. So they don't block off all of it, just enough. And you have a counterweight, you have a bunch of chains that acts like a pulley system. All of the grindstones act as the pulleys, of course. And then when you would raise this, of course, all the lava would pour out into a lake. Now, what I plan on doing with this is I plan on having this as almost like a... I can't think of the right word. It's almost like a sewer in a way, where... Or I guess a canal? Where basically all the lava flows down, and it's going to be very low because only a little bit of lava's here. And you'd have all these walkways along the edge, and it'd just be these big pools, a river of lava going all the way over. And what else? So it would come all the way over here. I'm probably going to have to slim these pillars down a little bit, but it'll come out all the way over here. Maybe pour into this, or even just stay right there. We'll figure that out. I was thinking about making this into like a little pond here for them to fish in. Or just open it up to lava. I don't know. Essentially, lava is a very important resource to dwarves, but so is water. There was a bunch of water right here pouring down, so I was thinking about maybe making this into a literal dam right here and have some drainage into there and turn it into like a little lake they can fish in, a cave lake. And then, of course, this is kind of like the outskirts because this goes to a big cavern area where the surface dwellers are. So over here would be where the main city actually is, or at least where you'd start to see it. And this is beautiful already. But the dwarves don't do anything small. Everything would be kind of extra here. I think most of the main city, it would branch off like a little bit that way. Maybe a little bit down. Probably have like some kind of slum or like undercity area here. Would kind of start here and work your way up. And then probably like a grandiose staircase that would lead up to here. And then you would start to see buildings, shops, homes, all built into the walls, maybe even into the ceiling. And you just kind of build all the way here and keep going all the way up because this is a massive freaking system. And it could just literally branch out forever because this cave system is ridiculous. Even kind of comes up to the surface here, which I'm thinking they would touch less. It's not that they're scared of the surface, but they don't do well up there. So they probably, like, their borders are where stone starts to peak up. Maybe it's just like an altitude thing. Maybe they just don't feel well when they go to the surface. Of course, massive lava fall here. I'm not sure what we could do with that, but that's a little extra. Let's get rid of that. Alright. That's enough of... Oh, dungeon? Hello. Ain't nothing amazing, but... still. Yeah, I didn't think of that myself. I've seen other people do similar things. What I always do is I always look for inspiration, because really what inspiration is just taking someone else's idea and then doing it in your style. So it's plagiarism with style. Some things I've designed on my own, but it's really how you use it. You said I really like the floodgate. Originally, I kind of wanted to make this big magma duct all out of like copper, but I felt like that blended in too much with the lava. I wanted a contrast of colors. The white perfectly contrasts with the black, and the red complements both the white and the black. So it's just beautiful. Not super happy with this area still, but it's a work in progress. Other cool thing to note, there's also a massive amethyst geode right here, as well as a dungeon, so I'm totally going to incorporate that into the build. A spot that goes even deeper, so I'm going to have another little crane here. Originally I was just using twisting vines because it looks kind of rope-like and you can climb them, so yeah, deeper depths to mess around with. Now what I want to do eventually is I kind of want to terraform this area a little bit, maybe have like hanging platforms like a boardwalk, and do something over here. I'm not sure what yet though. I had some ideas, but I forgot them. Yeah, I wish Minecraft dungeons were more exciting. Heck, I wish the fortresses were more exciting. Yeah. You know, in reality, I feel like Minecraft needs way more resources than it's getting. It feels like it's still an indie game that's occasionally getting updates because only like 12 people are working on it. When it's making Microsoft millions. So I don't know why they're not throwing all of the money at this game. The only thing I can think of that makes sense is because they're working on like Minecraft 2, but that's not gonna happen. Let's be honest. They would announce that. I feel. I don't know. Oh, before we go too far, this is also the Miner Guild. We're working on it still. It's basically gonna be a whole bunch of like branching like sections of like going off into the mines, and then like little I can't think of the word. Tracks leading everywhere. Not sure how I'm going to do this. Probably a hanging platform, but this track is going to come all the way over here. And right here in another little storage area. And then this is going to have another track leading deeper into there with a crane that loads materials up here. And this is huge, by the way. This triggers my thalassophobia hard. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, just huge cavern system going all the way over here as well. Look at all this. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. So one of the things I actually want to do, as I thought of, is add either multiple factions of dwarves. So you have like the what they call the surface dwarves, which are the ones that live above the deep slate. And they have an entirely different society, architect, and everything. Kind of like mountain dwarves or hill dwarves versus the Drugar. Something like that. Alternatively, other races that live underground. And I was thinking one of them would be like some kind of... Because there's so much underground water around here. Like behind this guild. Here, I punched into it by mistake. Over here. Also, you kind of saw it when I punched in from the secret entrance. I think over here. Yeah, so this is the Pirate Guild area where I popped in from. So I was thinking Tritons would be really cool, like some kind of underwater seafaring race. But instead of living like in vast oceans, they live in these underground pockets of water. Maybe some kind of an axolotl people. Huh, that's interesting. I like that a lot. Like humanoid axolotls. Of course, there's also this little area over here, which is kind of like behind the fishing guild right here. I didn't really do anything with it, but I filled it up with water and it looks nice, I think. Deep gnomes, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, not only, I had to fill all this in, that's why it looks kind of blocky right here. Because I could not build very much in my tavern without punching into a pocket of water. It's ridiculous. There's so many of these, by the way. There's one above the tavern, by the way. Oops, I'm trying to fly through glass. Say right about here. Oh, I don't want to do that. You know what? Let me just show you. Game mode, spectator. Okay, so this is less like underground water, but more of the rivers from the village right up here. They're basically ravines that are just filled with water for some reason. And then not only do you have this, but there's also another pocket. Like here's the tavern. There's a huge pocket of water just right over here. In fact, you don't even have to go through the wall. This water is part of that giant pocket of water. Look at this. Full of water. I originally tried making like a little, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. I had it for a second, but basically what you do like underwater where you step in, it fills with water, and then you step out, or you step in from outside, drains the water, and then you step in. Forget what they're called. Airlock. Thank you. Yeah. So I was thinking about making like a little underwater civilization right here. Probably wouldn't be very big, which would also make a lot of sense because the space is limited, and so are the resources. I imagine. I think that would be really cool to make like a little underwater society. And the ones over here would be friendly, but the deeper you go, they get meaner. Heck, maybe they even live over here too. Or at least have some buildings over here. Actually, you know what? I think these connect somehow. No, they do come out right here though. Look at this. Look at all of this. There's so much to do here. And then, of course, I could have, like, little mine entrances that connect all these. Like little tunnels. It'd be so cool, right? They essentially expand by just digging to other sources of water. Now, how they find those without draining out their entire pool of water, I have no idea. Also, this is a cool little area, too. Wow. I don't even know what I'd do with it. Yeah, so maybe they're basically water gnomes, for lack of a better term. Axolotl people. Axolotl people. That'd be cute. Like, yeah, kind of like the size of a gnome. That makes sense, because they don't have a lot of space to grow in these cramped areas. So, yeah, I like that. Ooh, that is a great idea, Larry. Because I'm trying to have like a different aesthetic for each people, effectively. Like a full-on culture, effectively, is kind of what I'm trying to do. Man, you guys are, I don't want to adventure. You guys are giving me so many good ideas. Maybe even some glazed terracotta. Maybe red. Oh god, is that not waterlog? Oh my goodness, that doesn't waterlog. That is horrific. What? It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. Okay. What? That worked. What? Oh no, it just looks like it worked. Well, okay. Banner. Sign. And we will put, oops, not like that. Oops. Need to make textures for these hanging signs. I'm super here for them. Okay, Because clay. Because clay. Okay, glow. So basically, as I go around, I try to make notes of not only where I want to build, but also what I plan for that area. And it doesn't always work out the way I want to. Like, look at this. It's huge. It just keeps going. And there's glow squid down here. That's cool. That's super cool. All right. How do we get out? I think it was over here. I thought it was over here. Let's just punch through the airlock. Bump, bump. Speaking of which, I have no idea what to do with this little area. I was thinking like some kind of stable or something, or the grand entrance to the axolotl people, which would also make sense. Plublos? What's Plublos? Look that up. Ooh, North American Indian settlement. Consisting of multi-storied adobe houses. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, specifically in New Mexico and Arizona, which makes sense. I'm even in Arizona. I should know that. Pueblos? Pueblos. Pueblos. Okay, Pueblos. I really like that. It makes a lot of sense, especially underwater. Although maybe reversed. Maybe. Because I was thinking like on the ceiling, kind of like coming down tiered, because you swim up to them. But maybe not. Maybe. Because I'm thinking at certain points they would like dry area. So maybe they would have almost like, I forget what the word is. Moon pools. Like a moon pool. Maybe that's more like an area they have. Hytale? Yes. Yes. So I have been super excited for Hytale forever. And I have not heard much about that game since. I feel like it's one of those things that like developers are like, yeah, we're making this, and then you never see anything more about it. I signed up for the beta ages ago. Let me see what's going on with them real quick. They're still updating, doing developer updates. They've got a lot. They've got a lot going on. It looks so good. Now, it's also one of those things that can easily look good, but play terribly. Like, they've got a lot of great ideas, but I've seen a lot of, like, really good-looking things turn out terrible because it's all appearance. That being said, I hope that's not the case. But I've also been burned by enough video games at this point. The screenshots look cool. The building system alone looks beautiful because they actually have, like, decorations. Right now I'm looking at, like, a little stovetop with a pot on top. It's beautiful. I would love this game. You have no idea. Especially if you could get, like, really into the customization. Like, it's not just, like, a stovetop with a pot, but, like, or a shelf with, like, plates on it, where you could, like, actually choose where everything goes. Like, I am here for that 100%. Yeah, changed last minute. That actually happens a lot in, like... Oh, I can't even think of the word. Video game development. Like, the investors are like, yeah, what you're doing is cool, but we want it to be more like Minecraft, or more like this. There's so many MMOs. I can't even think of one in recent memory, but I do know there was an MMO that came out, and they were promising so many cool things, and then at the last minute, the investors were just like, we don't want something innovative. We want you to do the same thing that other successful businesses have done. So they scrapped a lot of the cool features and gave us junk. Vintage Story. Huh. Terra Firmacraft? I have not. Which Vintage Story? Teenage Story? Oh. It did not see Vintage Story. See, the problem is I've seen a lot of Minecraft clones that aren't good. Have you played Vintage Story? Is it good? Because this... I'm willing to check it out. What else? So, off the topic of builder games, two games I want to recommend to you guys real quick. The first one, it's on Steam, but it's also a mobile game, and you can play between platforms. It's called Breach Wanderer. Breach Wanderers? Yeah, plural. And it's basically like Slay the Spire, but with way more heroes. I feel like Breach Wanderer, each hero had a very specific playstyle. In Breach Wanderers, the playstyles can be as generic as you want, but there are tons of cards that like synergize with specific heroes. And each hero, as you level them, you unlock a new ability. Like one just gives like extra mana every turn, or you get something when you trigger a status effect, and there's another one like when you do bleed damage or something like that. It's a really nice game. I highly recommend it. I believe it's free on the mobile version, and of course you can pay to remove ads. So check it out. See if you like it, and then buy it. Definitely one of the best deck builders I've played. Oof. Starting to get headphone fatigue. I'll just take off my headphones for a bit. Ugh. Feels weird not having them or listening to stuff, but it's not like I have to listen to this game music. It's probably the first time you guys have seen me without headphones on in a while. What's the other game I recommend? Oh, Diablo 4 just came out, and I saw that, and I was kind of super interested in it, and they also had sales going on for like Diablo 2 Remaster and Diablo 3, so I decided to get the expansion for Diablo 3, like the Necromancer one, Reaper of Souls, because I love Necromancer in Diablo 2, and I just kind of wanted to do something, like I wanted to play a game similar to that. So I got Diablo 2 Remastered, or Resurrected, and it's pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they made it look better, but they made no improvements to that game. The thing I hated most is that even with the brightness settings cranked to the max, I could not see anything. And I get that it's a really dark and gritty kind of game, but like when you can't see anything, it's just really boring. They also didn't improve any of the interface at all, really. They made some minor improvements, like stash that can share between characters and a bigger stash, but ultimately it's not an updated game. It's just better graphics, really. And I didn't like it. So then I tried playing Diablo 3 again, and it was a lot more fun with Necromancer. You also leveled a lot quicker, I believe, because I remember struggling to level in that game. It was very fun until I got towards, Reaper of Souls expansion. That sucked. It was boring. And the problem was things were dying way too easy, so I kept cranking up the settings. And between like hard and like the next tier, it went from still being like practically steamrolling enemies. Instead of taking like a single button click, it took like a second and a half instead of just a second to kill something. But then you go one difficulty up and things are steamrolling me. Like it's just a jump. And playing a game with a blindfold on? Oh yeah, you were talking about Diablo 2. It's pretty bad. Like the first act dungeon to get to the first boss, it's the cathedral or whatever it's called. It's freaking terrible. But then Diablo 3 was fun, and then at the end game, I wasn't really encouraged to like keep going, fully level to 100 or get better gear. It immediately lost. Honestly, I lost interest as soon as I beat the main game. Reaper of Souls did not pull me in. In fact, it like kind of threw me out of my immersion and the funness. I don't know why, but it was not fun. So I quit, and I was like, maybe I should play Diablo 4 now that it's out. Then I saw it's $70, and it's... I was like, nah, I'm good. I also haven't heard great things about it. I hear it's better than Diablo 3. They fixed a lot of things that people hated about Diablo 3, but ultimately, I decided against it and decided to look around. People were like, Grim Dawn is really good, and I was like, okay, that looks really good, but it's also kind of an older game, so like, I'll check it out, but it's not high up on my list, you know? And then I got the recommendation for Last Epoch, which is still in beta, but I've had a lot of fun with that. I'm towards the end game right now. I might do some stream of that sometime, either during the week or in addition to my Sunday stream. But that is a lot of fun so far. Now, I have some gripes with the game for the most part. So I have a few gripes with the game. It's still not finished, and it starts to get a little bit boring towards the end because the gear grind is boring, and it's kind of that secular thing that all games like that have, where it's just get better gear so you can kill harder things to get better gear. But it's not like you're going into different dungeons. It's literally the same dungeon, the same map over and over again. At least towards the end game, it varies a little bit in terms of like maps, but it all cycles through the same thing. Like here's a desert map, here's like an ocean map, here's a whatever map, and it cycles through them. And it's kind of boring. I wouldn't say like super boring. I think that's the problem with all games of that style. So if you like that kind of game, you would probably love it. I still love it. I get bored fairly easily with games like that. I don't remember the height. About right here? About right there. Ooh. I might actually need to do this a little bit lower. Do it here. Is that the right one? No. I lost some. Okay, so what is my access? So it would be the middle one, which is 44-ish. Okay, so we'll change the middle one. So, Last Epoch is good. I like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. The only... I mean, again, it's still in beta, so... Ooh, no. Okay, good. Lava, replace air. I thought I messed up and replaced everything with lava. There we go. That looks a lot better. I might carve this out a little bit and add some more lava, or just kind of make it a more of a stream, like a waterfall goes down. So Last Epoch, yeah, the AAA titles have been huge letdowns in almost every regard. I heard Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing and it's not even out yet. All of the AAA companies are like, yeah, games shouldn't be this good. And they're like, why not? That's just the hype I've heard. I have no idea how true that is. I'm interested in playing it, but we'll see what happens. Right here. Oops. Lava. Replace air. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lava. Honestly, that kind of works. Kind of works. I like that height. And then it all pours down right here. Okay, I'm down with that. Yeah, the early access, I've played it a little bit. And it's nice. It doesn't feel groundbreaking compared to other games I've played. Like any of the... I'm trying to think of the other games just like that. Like Divinity, Original Sin 2, Pathfinder, both Kingmaker and Path of the Righteous. They all feel very similar. And Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't feel groundbreaking. So we'll see when it comes out. DOS 2? Oh, yeah, we're just talking about that. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be worth playing, definitely. Is it going to be worth a $70 price tag? I would be surprised if it was. I definitely don't feel like it's going to be the next, like... I mean, it might be the next game of the year, but I doubt it's going to be, like, the keystone of this... of its generation of games, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I think the lava's gonna come here, and then like pour here, and it's not gonna go like straight. It's just gonna kind of yeah, it's gonna do this. Kind of bleed towards where I need it to be. So I don't want this like full. Just want it kind of a lot. So continuing on, huh, interesting. I haven't heard of that game. Solasta? But yeah, Last Epoch, I have good things to say about it. It's a good game. The few things I really like about it is it actually has a... Oh no, am I like lagging that much, or is this game just being janky? The really cool thing I like about it is essentially has a crafting system. Not really, but kind of. So you basically find a good piece of gear, and it has like something called forging potential, and you usually want something that's purple, like it's called exalted, so it's like the highest rarity before you get to like set pieces and uniques. Now uniques are usually really good, but they're very niche. So you don't want to fill all of your armor slots with uniques because they're not always going to be better than just a really good purple piece. But the cool thing is, purple has typically the highest forging potential and tends to drop higher stats baseline. But they have things called glyphs, scrolls, and then like shards. Glyphs allow you to modify the specific piece. Scrolls kind of add like a modifier to things, and then the shards are like what you use to upgrade those modifiers. So like, there's a scroll of chaos that says like, when you upgrade a piece or one of the affix or suffixes with this, it gains... Oh no, every time you do it, it changes to a different one. So, if you don't like crit chance, you just use Chaos Scroll on it, and it turns into... I don't know, crit avoidance, or maybe dodge rating. There's a limit to what they can turn into, but overall, the gist is there. So then, okay, that doesn't look too bad. I don't like quite how square it looks. But that's fine. So yeah, you can... There's some limitations to what you can do with it for the most part. And of course, each time you do stuff, it uses up that potential, and it gives you like a range, anywhere between like 1 or whatever. There's also Scrolls of Hope, which give you like a 30% chance to not consume any forging potential, which is kind of cool. There's some that remove, like randomly, like some runes that randomly remove stats. So you're just like, well, I could potentially get rid of this and leave a completely blank open spot that I can put like whatever I want specifically into there. So that's cool. The crafting system overall, I enjoy. I like that you can kind of take that into your hands instead of just hoping the piece drops for you with exactly the 4 stats that you need, or at least 2 or 3 good ones that are acceptable. You know what I mean? So I think I want this to open up a little bit more so it doesn't just look like it's dripping directly into stone. And then maybe get rid of the edges. Kind of like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No edges. That looks good. Kinda. It's not perfect, but whatever. There you go. That looks better. That looks way better. At least looks like it's following some kind of physics. So the crafting system is very interesting. The only thing I dislike about it is obviously some of the best runes and shards are pretty rare, so that can be almost as difficult as farming for a piece that actually has stats that you want. So that can be a little annoying, but not anything terrible. It's just, you know, you gotta grind to get the pieces you want. But then, what else? I kind of want this to make a little pool first, but I think this is fine. It's like a runoff. That's exactly what it looks like. That's fine. So that looks good. That looks good. Kind of want to fill this in a little bit. The only problem is picking up the shards is a little annoying because they don't automatically pick up. And then once you do pick them up, you have to... It's a button. It's a single button you have to click, but it fills up your inventory. And then you click, like, move to your crafting inventory. And then they all go to your crafting inventory. They don't stack, though, so it's really annoying. And you basically have to clear out your inventory pretty often. The game also gives loot filters, which is really nice. So, like, it automatically just doesn't show you if things drop if you're not looking for them. You're like, I don't want anything unless it has at least 2 of the stats that I'm looking for, or unless the stats I'm looking for are at least like tier 6 or 7 or something like that. So that's cool. I like that. A little bit wider. Super stoked about destroying that like that, but whatever. That's cool. That looks good. And then right here. It's about 2 wide on all sides. The whole shard crafting system, though, like I said, the most annoying thing is picking up all the shards, because it's a very fast-paced game, especially once you're higher level, just blowing through, killing things, and then you have to stop to loot them. It's almost like if you were playing Doom, but you had to stop and manually pick up ammo or health. I mean, maybe that is a thing. I don't recall, but usually you just run over it and you pick it up. Now, if you had to manually like look down, press E to grab your ammo, it would be very, very boring very quickly, I feel. Or at least it would slow down the pace and kind of ruin the point, I feel. Okay, so what I'm thinking... Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's like a little entrance or exit that comes out right here. A little bridge that goes across. And then a platform that kind of comes down and goes across. It's going to probably be this high. Like on top of this. So that way, even if it overflows, you're good. Yeah, I should be fine. And then I'm actually thinking they probably built a what's the word? I want to say levee. No, levee. Like a piece of land that rises up right here specifically to catch any lava overflow. Like if for whatever reason they need to drain it or something. I don't know. Yeah, the picking up all the shards is really annoying, and the developers have already stated that they don't want to add an auto pickup for that because they want you to see a shard drop and be like, oh man, that's awesome, like a piece of gear just dropped for you. I'm sure that I think they're in the process of changing the shard system entirely, but right now it just feels tedious and boring. I feel the same with gold even, and that auto picks up. So it's just like I don't want to run around and pick stuff up. I want to kill things, get to the boss, and beat it. I think a better way to do that, instead of having random drops, is you just have like a bunch of drops at the end, or maybe once you're done with the dungeon, it auto picks up everything that you dropped. There's a lot of ways to do that. I'm sure I'm not the demographic they're looking for. I'm sure they want people that like that specific style. I don't know. Yeah, so it's not a true crafting system. You basically get a piece of gear and then you modify it. But you can do that with any piece of gear. Like purple helmet drops that you want has none of your stats on it. You can modify it. So it's not a true crafting system, but it does allow you to take agency over your build. And in a way, it's way better to get gear that way than it is to farm for it. I'm just going to keep this the way it is. What else? They do have multiplayer now, but whenever I'm playing multiplayer, it doesn't feel like multiplayer. They definitely need some kind of LFG tool or some way that like random players are just kind of like on your server doing things around you. Maybe group up to do quests together or dungeons. You get the idea. Something that lets you do things together with minimal effort on each other's parts. Like, you don't have to sit there and... A lot of people hate the LFG system in World of Warcraft because there's no reason to really build a community anymore. But I just feel like that's the way things are now in general. I don't feel like an old school system is really bringing anything to the table, so to speak. Because, like, you know, I work a lot now. I don't want to have to spend, like, hours looking for a group or, you know, waiting for specific friends to be on. I just want to hop on and do stuff. Okay, so this is the base idea. I could also have like a little thing coming up here, but I don't think that's gonna add much. I think something like stairs coming down. I don't want it to like immediately drop down, so come out 1, maybe even 2. Yeah, they're dwarves. They want this to be fancy. So come out 2, and it'll be right here. Ugh. Maybe not. Just do 1. 1 is still fancy. It's not as fancy. 1, oops. 1, and then 1. There we go. And then you're right here. But yeah, there's also no like auction house system. I don't know if you can give each other gear or not. That would be really cool if you could. Like, hey man, I got this unique or legendary thing that I don't need, and you have like you're looking for an axe, I have an axe, and I'm looking for a staff, which you have. It'd be really cool if there's a bigger trading system going on. I think auctions would be cool too. Not like the Diablo auctions, those are pretty terrible. You mean these? Like that, and then this? That feels very steep. Maybe like that. Well, no, because then that makes it feel more solid from the side. Okay, you got a point. It just feels weird, I don't know. Let's do this to all of them and see. I think that looks fine. I think it's just in my head. That does actually look a lot better. I always hated doing the stair thing because you always have like this little spot and you would have to like fill it in from underneath to make it look good, which I can actually do that too, make it look a little bit more solid. I like that. Good idea, Larry. But yeah, it would be nice to have like a more in-depth multiplayer system. Cause like when I played Diablo 3 online mode, I did not feel like I was part of a community at all. It was basically single player with a chat room. There's a mod in Feed the Beast It's in a few of the mod packs. I've played specifically Stoneblock 3, and it basically just adds like a chat function so you can talk to people. That's basically exactly what it felt like, which is nice, but also not really feels multiplayer. Okay, and then I'm thinking kind of like a little pathway. I think I want to keep it at a certain height and have it like a raised platform going all the way across. And then maybe like little flow stations or something. Like carved into here, like a little, I don't know. What are they called? Outpost? To watch over the lava flow, control it maybe, drop down some gates. Not sure. Still having fun just doing this. This definitely needs to be redesigned. I'd also like an outpost, if not right here, then somewhere like in there or over here. Actually, I might be able to move this over more and definitely have like a little bit of space right here. Or like you come out, go right here, and then there's like an entrance. Or maybe one over. So and then like right here. And this is where you would control these things. Maybe. There's also not a lot of room before you hit lava. So I don't know. Hey, it could be a small outpost. Oops. A very small outpost. Very small outpost. That's the amount of room I'm working with. Still, it's something. Even if it's just like somewhere for the person on watch to sleep, kind of like a lighthouse. Like the person that mans the lighthouse sleeps there. So maybe the guy that controls these levers sleeps here. And if there's an issue, he can immediately jump out of bed and like drop the chain. Okay, I like that. I don't know if I want his house to be made out of marble too. We'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Something right there. So the game is very much soloable. I don't know what multiplayer does. I'm not sure if it like just increases the difficulty or something like that. But for the most part, you don't have to play with other people, which I like. You can pretty much do all the content by yourself. However, I do like the idea of doing content with each other. So even though the enemies have like twice as much health or hit twice as hard, if you are a glass cannon DPS, you are still demolishing things, but now you have somebody taking all the hits for you. It's really cool, actually. What are some other gripes I have with the game? The story is a little bit weird to follow. Without spoiling too much, it has time travel in it, which is really hard to begin with. In fact, the whole theme of the game is time travel. But that is also really interesting because instead of going through like different acts, you essentially go through different timelines. So the entire story is on the same map in the same area. Like it's not even over the whole world. It's the same small map. But you have like the ancient era, you have like the Golden Age, the Empire Age, the Age of Ruin, and then the Age of the End. And you go through between all five, jumping back and forth. And it's really cool. I honestly really like the concept. I feel like following the story as it's presented to you is a little difficult. And as a concept, I feel like it's very easy to follow, but also weird. Like I kind of figured it out, but also was not super apparent. Okay, what are we doing now? But yeah, highly recommend Breach Wanderers and Last Epoch. While Last Epoch isn't amazing, it's currently only like, what, 30, 35? Oops. Check. It is currently $35, which is literally half the price of Diablo 4. So if you're looking for a game like that, yeah, I recommend it. The main thing that drew me in is the fact that it has necromancers in it, and I love necromancers. The only problem with necromancer in that one is I breezed through most of the game with a minion build. I love minion builds, but I feel like once I got to kind of the end game, my minions were just dying left and right. Maybe I didn't have the right stats or the right build for it, but it did not feel as strong as some of the other builds. I love minions. I like lazy builds. It's also just cool to have like an army like, hey, go get them. But whatever. Okay, this is starting to look really cool. Well, I mean, it's already looking good. So I really like the way this looks. I still don't know how I feel about the end portal. So I do kind of want like an entrance going here and then going down. But I'm not very good at tunnels, or at least good looking tunnels. So we'll have to see. But either way, this looks good exactly as it is. Could be better. What does it need? Also, since I mentioned it, Breach Wanderers is 15, but again, I do believe that is free on the mobile. I've put a lot of hours into it. I've enjoyed it. Whenever I'm bored and just need like a game that I'm always wanting to play, it's good. Making a portal that can toggle on and off. I've thought about it. So the other thing I was thinking of is the portal is on, and like maybe you wouldn't go through here to get to it, because that doesn't really make sense. I also kind of want to make this platform a little bit wider because I guess you wouldn't really want to go around it anyway. I guess you could always just duck under this. You literally can just duck under it and then go into the nether portal. Ooh. And then it's pretty much just a service entrance back here that you would go through, which makes sense. And then I think you would go through the Dwarven City into the Nether, and then you would pop out kind of in the center of the Dwarven City. That's not necessarily how you get there, it's just they're using portal technology. That's interesting. Wonder what the lore implications of that would be. Maybe some of the... Maybe dwarves are from the Nether. Or at least some of the dwarves. Maybe some of the creatures in the Nether were dwarves or other underground races. That's interesting. Either way, let's see where this pops us out at. Anywhere that's scenic or interesting. Ooh, hello. Oh. Oh. Oh, hello. Oh my god. This is huge. What the heck? Well. Oh, fudge. So, I mean, this is beautiful exactly where it is. And then, of course, I would make a portal somewhere... Oops. Somewhere in the Dwarven area. That's so beautiful. That reminds me... Where is video settings. No, not shaders. Details. So I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Entity distance. What is this? Oh, that's the edge around the screen. I know there is... Wait, maybe it's under performance. Lazy chunk loading. I know there's like a rendered distance or something to turn off the stupid red filter in the nether. Render distance, here we go. Try 18. Yeah, I think that's... Maybe that's what it is. Let's try really high and see what it does. Pushes it farther back, but I really just don't want that red filter at all. Dwarven Ruin magic? Is it fog? I didn't even see fog. I know you can disable it. I don't remember how. They keep changing how you do things. Fog? Fancy? Off? Off? Oh, there we go. It's fog. Okay, that makes more sense. I found it. Oh my god, what's that? You know, the thing is, I don't want it necessarily off. I just want it not nearly as close. This is really cool, honestly. I don't even know what this is. Just like basalt stuff? It's just basalt. It's so cool. I love it. So, that is a good idea. What if the dwarves are from the nether? And then they had to flee? Which is why a lot of their stuff is built out of quartz. Huh. And maybe quartz can have on the lava because it's from the nether. Alright, new lore established. It needs some tweaking. It definitely needs some tweaking, but I like it. Let's drop the render distance back to 20, that's fine. Yeah, it's still honestly more than I need. I just needed that stupid fog off. So let's see, the portal would go through, like, I think, that wall. Now, I don't know how I would do this, but I think basically a bunch of dwarven ruins that they still use to kind of cross, but they're very dangerous. Well, I guess that would be just another fortress, wouldn't that? I don't know. Set fog to fast? Details. What? So just off and fancy. For some reason it won't go to fast. Huh. Oh well. Not a biggie. I don't have to save the portal cords. I could just kill myself. Hashtag blessed. For reference, I meant in-game. Just in case anyone was a little worried. Oh! Perfect! There's a huge nether fortress right here. Now, you see, I don't know if this goes towards the Dwarven ruins at all. But I can or the Dwarven city, but maybe I can have some kind of path leading out all the way over here. Some kind of like large broken bridge. The other thing I really hate about the nether fortresses really need an update because this looks kind of ugly. They're very blocky. They literally look like a dungeon you would have ripped out of the ground and just stuck it like... Like, have you ever seen like a, what is it? Like a regular fortress? On like a super flat world, this is exactly what it looks like, and this looks really boring. Yeah, it says it has a fast option, but it's not turning it on, so I don't know. So I feel like this has a lot of potential. But it's also really ugly. I don't want to include it into my build. And I don't want to redesign this entire thing. So maybe we won't do this. Well, it does make me wonder now if I should incorporate more glowstone. maybe glowstone does come from the Nether. Oh, hey. There's a crimson forest right over here too. Sick. Maybe they have some of this stuff growing over there too. So the what was I saying? Glowstone. Maybe glowstone naturally comes from the Nether, but because there are portals, because there's a bleed through in between the Nether and the overworld, maybe some crystals do come in, and then over time they do grow. They're just much more rare because the growing conditions are astronomical, and actually going through a portal or piercing through the veil is not very common. The option next to fog toggle, there's a fog start. Oh. Did I just not see it? Oh, no. The highest I can go is 0.8. So, like, fog would start closer. So that's like, wow, can't see anything. And then, where's it again? Even on 8, which is the max. What? Did that not actually do anything? Wow. I don't think that does anything. That's bad fog. Yeah. So maybe this version of Optifine is just kind of broken. Evident by the fact that everything turned into glass panes briefly. Maybe I need to update it. Who knows? So yeah, now we're messing with some lore stuff. I don't super like the fact that dwarves are from the Nether. Maybe it's a recursory effect where, like, dwarves aren't from the Nether originally, but they moved to the Nether, and then when it was too hostile or when their homes were threatened or something, they had to leave and they came back to the surface. But the Nether did have an effect on them where they can't go too close to the surface anymore because of some kind of acclimation thing. Maybe dwarves actually look like pigmen. Maybe the pigmen that were left behind are the dwarves that were left behind. That's interesting. Interesting. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Maybe the Skulker stuff. Dwarf and Piglin War. Okay, I like that a little bit better. I'm thinking originally they became good friends with the Piglins. And then maybe something happened that caused them to go to war. So here's what I'm thinking. The dwarves are scared from the Nether by the Warden. Okay, that's where I was at. Lost my train of thought for a second. So maybe the Skulk Vein and the Skulk in general, maybe this stuff is from the End, or maybe it's from somewhere else. But they found some, maybe when they were messing with magic they didn't understand, or maybe they just found some in a trip somewhere deep within the caves, right? So they brought it back to study it, and at first it was fairly benign, and then it starts spreading, And then it's kind of like the Upside Down from Stranger Things, where it just started spreading and growing and forcing the dwarves out. And eventually, they had nowhere to go. They were in a cave. They literally are cornered. This stuff is growing way too fast and becoming way too aggressive. And that's where the Warden comes in. Essentially, it's the guardian of these things, whether it wants to be or not. And so they had to run through the portal. They went to the portal. They found a very harsh environment, but they adapted. They're strong. They survived. Then they met the piglings. The piglings became good friends with them. They shared a lot of resources, helped each other out. But then the dwarves touched their gold or something? I don't know. I'm thinking there's a bad trade deal or something. And it led to all-out war. And so the dwarves were forced back through a different portal far away from the Skulk. And they're like, okay, not doing that anymore. Bastions are in the ruins. Yeah, I like this. This is some good lore, and we're just writing stuff. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I not only play Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm also the dungeon master of one of my games. So I love writing stories like these. Maybe one day I'll tell you the story about my D&D world. Just not too many spoilers in case my players are watching. Okay, book. Then we're gonna take one of these. We're just gonna start writing things down. We're gonna write some cliff notes. Honk. We're just gonna put it here for lack of a better space. Okay, dwarves were originally overworld? We'll call it overworld. Such harsh environments. How far can I go? I think that's as much as I can do. Their bodies. Bowls of the earth. Big fan of Faerun. Natural 20 charisma stat. Are you? You would be, wouldn't you? Okay, cool. We just dropped some mad lore. I like that. Good job, guys. I have been slowly pulling away from Dungeons and Dragons, especially after the recent controversy. Blizzard can just go... They can keep their lore. Honestly, was never super into the Forgotten Realms, to be honest. Eberron was really cool, but that wasn't written by them. Whatever. The other thing, what I really love is Pathfinder lore. That is sick. I'm not sure if you guys have seen anything to do with Pathfinder, but it's pretty sick. It's just all over the place, too. It's wild. My favorite thing about Pathfinder is the changes they're making to 2nd edition, because they've had to pull so much away from the original OGL. Flings and Aasimar entirely, and they're just called Nephilims now. with either a demonic or angelic heritage. But the idea is it's literally the same race, but with different sub-races, which makes a lot more sense, honestly. And then the cool thing is they're dragons. Instead of being like chromatic or even elemental, they're based off of like different schools of magic. So like divine dragons, you would have like positive and negative, so you'd literally have hell dragons and angel dragons, which are amazing. And then I would imagine more like occult dragons, and yeah, so they're all over the place. I imagine it's really cool. Also, is my stream doing okay? I'm on my phone and it's buffering hard. Also, what do you mean Wizards of the Coast isn't Blizzard? Is it doing okay? Huh. Oh no, that's just YouTube being weird. Okay, there's not too much of a lag, it's just weird. Oh god, I just realized I'm not seeing my Kick chat, so sorry I did not say hi to you guys sooner. Zoe and Galactic Viking. There we go. Can't let them know, or can't let them feel neglected either. Oh, I mean, I have 0 viewers on Kick now, so I got 3 followers now. That's nice. And my chat window now. Oh shoot, it's already almost 3 o'clock. All right, what do we want to do before I leave? I only got like 15 minutes, give or take. Oh, hello, Byronic. We're just talking about you. Ooh, sudden headache. Ugh. Right over the eye. That's not good. Nice to see you. Oh, that's what I can do. I can tell you the story of what I've been dealing with in real life. So we've moved recently, and that took days. I basically came home from work on Thursday and had not stopped moving things until Sunday. It was crazy. And then even after that, getting the new apartment in order has been a nightmare. Dang, I don't know what's going on with my stream. I'm sorry, Ratchet. Maybe it's because I'm using a third party to multi-stream? We'll see if it keeps happening and then try to fix it from there. Could also be my internet in a new place for some reason. I don't know. But moving has been a colossal pain in the butt. And then the new place is not what I would consider move-in ready. One of the cabinets had black mold in it. One of the sprinklers was leaking. It turns out it wasn't the sprinkler, it was the bathtub above us, and it was just diverting, like running along a pipe effectively. No, it was running along the drywall and then just dripping out of the first hole it came out of, which sprinkler. Oh, it could be that I have not been drinking enough water. Good catch, Larry. I forgot to bring a cup with me. Oh, I'll get some after the stream. Thank you. Thank you for looking out for me. But yeah, the whole thing, that's only the gist of it. Like, the air vents were dusty and they just painted over the dust. Floorboards had like litter and I assume cat hair on them, and they just painted over that. None of the drawers tracks work very well. It's pretty terrible. They painted the electrical panel shut, which is a huge fire hazard, and the fact that they haven't rushed immediately over to fix that just shows how much they really care about violations. So yeah, new place has been a hassle and a half. Thankfully they were quick with the drip, but now I have 2 massive holes in my bathroom ceiling, and it smells super moldy in there, for obvious reasons. When they're gonna fix that, I have no idea. Honestly, at this point, I could fix it quicker than they could. Yeah, maybe I'll just offer and charge them. But yeah, the other thing I've been dealing with at work has been, I have 2 coworkers. They're both just angry people in general, but also, they got an issue with me. I don't know what it is. They're always really toxic. Like, anytime they're in group chat, they always just say the most toxic things. They've got nothing nice to say about anyone. Never do they take a picture of someone's stuff and be like, this is how it's supposed to look. They'll take a picture and be like, look at this. You call this like straight pipe? And it's like, it's not even that bad. They just critique everyone. And they always do it in group chat. They never do it like one-on-one or anything like that. They're always about public shaming. And like a month ago, one of my coworkers was like, you forgot to put this pipe away, and took a picture and sent it in a group chat. And I'm like, oh, thanks for the reminder. Now, that did sound passive-aggressive. I was really upset with my day in general. So maybe it came out a little, maybe it did come out a little passive-aggressive. But then he texts me in private instead of in the group chat, obviously. If you have a problem, say it to my face. Something like that. And I'm just like, well, that doesn't warrant that reaction, even if I was being passive-aggressive. So I blocked him and the other toxic guy because I'm just so tired of hearing them talk crap about everybody in group chat. Literally, the group chat is silent except for those 2 90% of the time. So I blocked them, and since I blocked them like a month ago, I haven't had to deal with any of that. And anytime they needed to contact me, they just called someone else, or told someone else to call me because they didn't want to talk to me anyway. And they tried to call me recently, and they figured out that I blocked them, and they were not okay with that for some reason. And the one guy was even just like, we're a team, we need to communicate. And I'm just like, dude, the only time we're a team is when you need something from someone else. If someone else needs something, you're not a team player. You're basically a lone wolf that only helps when they absolutely have to. They're not very team oriented. Neither of them are. And the other thing is, I had them blocked both for a month before they realized. It just shows how little of importance communicating with them really is. Now, the few times they've had to communicate with me directly, it was important, I'll be honest. One of them was trying to call and tell me that as I needed one of the light circuits turned off, and he was like, I can't turn that off. But what he did was he found me because he knew where I was working, and he came and told me. That's how you get in touch with somebody if you can't call them. They seem to think that they are entitled to my personal number. Just because we work together. It's like, nah, man. Back before cell phones, how did you get in touch with people? You found them. Or communicate with somebody that did know where they were. I don't know. But yeah, basically, they're not entitled to my personal phone that I've paid for, that I pay for every month. They're not entitled to that. My foreman finally called because he's always in the middle of it. They're basically like toddlers. They're just like, Daddy Foreman, he blocked me. I can't berate him I can't berate him over the phone anymore. Now I have to go to his face to yell at him and make fun of him. So my foreman was just like, can you please just unblock them? They're getting frustrated and they're making it my problem. So I told him, like, I'll unblock them, but we're gonna have to talk about this later. Because ultimately, they're not entitled to my phone number. And granted, that's going to cause problems in general, but, like, they've already caused problems, so if they were just nice, like, I freely give my phone number to anyone that needs it. They're the type of people that are hoping for that day. They want an argument. They want a fight. Because ultimately, they don't know how to deal with anything any other way. every time they have a problem with me, they immediately want to start a fight or an argument. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm sorry, didn't know it was an issue, won't happen again. And they keep trying to start up that argument. I was like, look, I already said I'm not going to do it again. It's not a problem. It's a one-time thing. Sorry. Literally every single time there's an issue. But they keep wanting to fight. They want to fight. They want an argument. So I don't think they're going to find the wrong person, because that's exactly what they're looking for. Ooh, pretty toxic environment. Yeah. You see, I try to be friends with everyone at work. Maybe not like, let's go out for drinks kind of friends, but like friendly. Like, we bullshit together, we work together. Like, this sucks. You might as well like make it a little bit more enjoyable while you're here. And sometimes you have to be like, hey, focus up. Like, it's nothing personal, but like, we got to get this shit done. Like, stop bullshitting around and get stuff done. Pardon my language. And yeah, these guys just don't understand that. Well, the one guy isn't even above me. And the other guy used to be a foreman, and he's also the brother of our general foreman, which is above our foreman. So he feels like he has authority and can get away with anything, and he kind of can, honestly. But it's just like, dude, you may be like a higher rank than me. You're a journeyman, and I'm just an apprentice. But like, that doesn't give you the right to treat me this way at all. And I ultimately don't have to accept that. Whether that means like I get moved to a different job site or something else, it still doesn't give you the right to do that. Tempted to get a paper and give it to people I don't like with pager numbers. That is the kind of petty I like, Ratchet. Oh, that is great. I told them, well, I haven't told them, but I'm going to tell them if it's an issue. I'm just not going to bring my phone to work anymore. Like, one of our other coworkers who is tired of dealing with them has blocked them a long time ago too, but he's also the general foreman's son and also a journeyman as well. So he ultimately does not have to take that shit at all. So he's just like, yeah, I don't bring my phone to work anymore. He totally has his phone, but he's like, I don't bring it to work anymore. Not that I could get away with that. I'm on my phone pretty frequently. Not playing around on it necessarily, but like I take notes. I look up stuff I don't know. I'm on it fairly often, or even just like changing my music. And occasionally like a text or two, but I'm not glued to it like you would expect. Yeah. The funny thing is too, when I even talked to my general foreman about him, because I was working directly with that one guy, the one that used to be a foreman, I talked to him about it, and he's like, yeah, there are way worse people in this field than him. And I'm like, that's funny, because I've dealt with a lot of assholes, and none of them were as bad as him, and I could deal with them, because if I had an issue, I could talk to them like an adult. I actually had one coworker at one of my previous sites that I had to talk to more than once. We hated each other, and we eventually talked it out. We became friends, and now I actually care about that guy. We're like not like friends, but like we're really good work friends. Like he's even called to check on me a few times. Great guy. Let's see, off topic. Block craft, paper craft? Yes. Well, yes and no. I have not. I have so little free time and energy these days, but I had version 1, 2, and 3. I'm working on 3 right now. 1 was like 1-inch cubes. 2 was like the 1/4-inch cubes, so you could build more stuff. Kind of hard to build with though, because they're really small and really lightweight, so they don't want to stay. They're like one step above papercraft. V3, however, I was actually working on 3D printing some custom blocks, and it's my own custom toy, my own custom design, and theoretically they're going to be amazing. However, with the 3D printer that I have, it's not very good at printing precise parts. So every time I've tried to do it, it's been a little off. So I'm I'm going to have to either try to get a better 3D printer or find a printing service to do it for me. And then maybe if I get a good working design, I can maybe get them mass-produced, like even just a batch of them. The idea is they're almost like Legos that you can customize the face of. So yeah, not Legos, completely different. Don't want to get sued. I'm going to make that very clear. But yeah. So I do have a V3 out. I think I've done a video on some of them before. There's like little plastic blocks. You can see the design. They're like they're basically like a 6-sided block. 5 of the sides have holes in them, and one of the sides has a peg. So you just kind of fit them all together. And that way you don't also have to worry about physics. I have an Ender 3. And the problem with the Ender 3 is the few times I've been able to make it print perfectly, it does not hold that calibration long because you don't lock it in. It just has little wheels that you turn to level the plate. And I guess every single time you do it, they loosen up even a little bit and it throws off everything. So I have not had any luck with that. And when did I get an egg? Oh, that was when I was walking by my bridge. Because I have the chickens up there. But yeah. As a quick side note, I think I kind of want bats to be like fireflies. They're really attracted to light, which is why they fly into lava all the time. Maybe they are moths. Maybe we should retexture the bats into moths. That would be a little bit cooler, honestly. Honestly, I don't like the addition of bats into Minecraft. They're a pretty terrible addition, in my opinion. Yeah, I can't think of a single use for them. They're just annoying. They get in the way. They don't have any purpose into the game. They don't drop meat. They don't drop a crafting material. Like even if they dropped like leather, that would at least be nice. But I don't really feel like they add any ambience. Like, you could have added birds to the game, and that would have been way better than parrots. Honestly, I'm just kind of tired of dealing with the Ender 3. I used to have a Prussia? I think Mark II? I love that thing, but eventually I had to sell it because finances. That thing was almost perfect every time. I do still hate gravel. It's a trash block. I mean, it's at least used to make concrete now, so it at least has a purpose. But gravel still is a trash block. I hate it. I hate the noise. I hate the texture. And every texture pack, by the way, I've hated it. People like to use it for roads. It's terrible. The crunch alone. Ugh. Has an appointment? Oh, tomorrow. Okay. I just got a notification on my phone. It's like, hey, your appointment. I'm like, oh, the one tomorrow. Oh no, get back to my group chat. Okay, what am I doing? All right. It's already 3 o'clock. I can't think of anything more I want to do because I've already went off on a tangent and got focused on complaining about things that have been bothering me. Shoot, there was something else that happened too. And it's just mostly those 2 guys wanting to argue with me. It's literally just those 2 people I have a problem with all the time. And they ruin everyone else's day too. So I don't know why they keep them around. Like, they're good workers, but if you're making everyone else's day miserable, they're not worth having around. Duplicating dirt for coarse dirt. That's true. It has uses now. I just hate it as it is. By itself, as a whole, it is terrible. Because, like, look at this. It spawns in the middle. It used to spawn in the nether. I don't know if it does anymore now, but that was ugly. It spawns over here, which this is ugly. It's so ugly. It's an ugly thing. It doesn't fit anywhere. And then, like, when you occasionally hit gravel on the ceiling, it just falls everywhere. And it's like, oh, now I have to deal with this. Gravel is just annoying. I don't like it. It's also the crunchy noise that I really hate. So I've recently realized that I have sound sensitivities, and gravel really bothers my sensitivities. You know what I think they should do? They should definitely have more path blocks. First of all, I think you should be able to like craft paths instead of just doing this weird hoeing thing with the shovel. And also more materials, because like I want a stone path, please. But then like maybe you could also do it with dirt. Or wait, no, that is dirt. With gravel or sand. Well, maybe, maybe not sand. Gravel also doesn't make a ton of sense. Yeah. See, I don't even think gravel would make a good pathing block. But other materials like stone and such, that would make a lot. That would make a lot of good ideas. Like maybe even instead of right-clicking with a shovel, you just right-click it with a pick. It turns it into a path. Done. Yeah. Anyway, it's time for me to get out of here. I need to hydrate. I need to eat at least a snack or something. And then do stuff with the rest of my day before I have to wake up at 3 a.m. That would be nice. Honestly, the whole game just needs more of all of the things that are already in it. Every block that needs a wall, every material needs a fence, every material needs a half slab and stair. It's such an easy addition, in my opinion. That would add so much to this game. But alright, I'm heading out, guys. I've had a lot of fun talking with you guys today, and just having fun, messing around. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. I can't wait to see you next week, which you should be streaming next week. Yeah, either way, looking forward to it. 12 p.m. MST, Arizona time, till 3, so 3 full hours. Probably going to be more Minecraft, but I kind of want to show off Last Epoch and maybe Breach Wanderers too. We'll check it out. But yeah, you guys have a great day, a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.